In today's video, I'm going to go over how AI automation is revolutionizing the small business world. So you'll discover how AI automation is transforming small businesses through supercharging your operations, boosting productivity, and achieving greater success through smart technology adoption. So over the past year, I've focused on building and optimizing businesses by streamlining processes and developing systems that work efficiently. So working solo for much of this time, I quickly learned the importance of automation. So leveraging AI and automations has been a pivotal element in transforming not only my client's approach, but my approach as well. So, the insights I've gained from refining my own business operations, combined with my experience working alongside numerous clients, have shaped a robust approach to integrating AI. So, this methodology emphasizes maximizing efficiency and productivity through smart automation. So AI automation is just about cutting costs or speeding up processes. It's about empowering you to focus on what truly matters, allowing you to concentrate on strategic and creative endeavors while, letting AI handle the mundane tasks so you could actually grow your business. And if you're looking for help implementing AI automation systems to help grow your business, then book a free one-on-one call with me. Link is in the description. Also, I created a free community group in Facebook where I share a bunch of free value that isn't on my YouTube, and the link is also down below. So let's go ahead and get into the first part of this, which is what AI automation actually is. So, to put it simply, automation just involves using technology to perform tasks with minimal human intervention. So, it streamlines processes, making them faster and more efficient. So, this doesn't necessarily mean using AI, but AI can enhance automation and you could include it into your automations. So, in this specific example, this is make.com right here. So, this is what we call a workflow. And in this workflow, we have ChatGPT that we included in it. And let me back up a little bit and kind of define what make.com is. So essentially what make.com is it is a low and no code platform that just allows you to connect and integrate with thousands of different applications. So if you wanted to connect Google Docs to, communicate with your emails or maybe your Google Sheets, you can do so. So in this automation, we're basically having ChatGPT come up with tweets and LinkedIn posts through various means. But that's just a bare bones definition of what AI automation is and kind of the vehicle that we use to deliver some automations. So let's get into the next part of this automation. And here I just wanted to highlight some of the most important things of AI automation, like benefits. So the impact of AI can really be transformative for small businesses struggling to keep up with the demands of today's fast-paced digital world. So let's just take a closer look at some of the numbers to, just see how these systems and how powerful they can be. So imagine you have a small marketing agency that currently dedicates somewhere around 20 hours per week to repetitive administrative tasks like data entry on top of lead tracking and email management. Let's say that comes to about 80 hours per month spent on mundane, non-revenue generating work. So by implementing AI-powered automation solutions, that same agency could reduce the time spent on those tasks by 80%. So from 20 hours per week down to just 4 hours. So this would free up a remarkable 64 hours per month that the agency could now reinvest into higher value activities like strategic planning, content creation, or client engagement. So that's an entire additional full-time work week that the business owner or their team can dedicate to growth-focused initiatives. So the impact on productivity, profitability, and even long-term success, it's just undeniable. But the benefits of these systems go far beyond just time savings. It also introduces new levels of consistency, accuracy, and scalability that are difficult to achieve manually. So tasks like lead scoring, customer segmentation, and even dynamic content personalization becomes infinitely more efficient when powered by these intelligent systems. So the small businesses that embrace these systems today will be poised to outpace their competitors, delivering a superior customer experience while their teams focus on innovation, strategy, and creative problem solving. So it's not about working harder, but working smarter, as you all have heard before. And AI and automation is the key to unlocking that potential. So let's go ahead and move on to the next part, which is the efficiency challenge. So most small businesses struggle with efficiency. So this directly impacts productivity and overall success. So many overlook a crucial opportunity, which is just automating your repetitive tasks. So what I always suggest first is to identify inefficiencies. So identify your growth constraints, your bottlenecks by, going through a thorough audit of your business processes. So this is just where you're going to be looking at your current business's processes and operations to identify, some inefficient parts and areas where automation can be implemented. So maybe you just want to create a mural board or any kind of, visual mapping process that you can just list out neatly and in an organized fashion some of your inefficiencies and what it's struggling you to get to. So number two is actually implementing the systems and ideating how you're going to do it. So you can utilize low and no code tools like I mentioned before, which are make.com and Zapier. And if you don't know how to utilize those, I have a bunch of tutorials on my channel that you can check out. And yeah, so you can integrate with these systems and just connect them to your current operations and all your platforms that you're using, whether that's your third parties, whatever. So you can connect these to streamline your operations and reduce time spent on your mundane tasks. And number three, this one's obvious, is just to reap the benefits. So experience the increased productivity. You can experience more strategic growth and see greater business freedom. So go ahead and move on to the next part, which I just wanted to get into some of the outdated strategies that might be holding your business back. So just some use cases. So number one is inefficient manual task management and lack of integrated tools and data. So real quick, I just wanted to mention that small businesses spend an average of roughly 18 hours per week on manual, repetitive administrative tasks. And these AI powered automations can reduce this time by up to 80%, as I told you before. Not to mention, many small businesses use disconnected software, creating data silos. So, integrating these tools with low and no code platforms like Make.com, Zapier, these can optimize your workflows and just unlock new growth opportunities. So here's just a quick little use case. So this is a Notion, and basically Make.com, and basically we're just connecting Notion to our Google Calendar. So we're automatically creating just calendar events directly from Notion. So as soon as we type in something in Notion, it will automatically create a calendar for us. So pretty simple stuff there. And let's go ahead and move on to the next part, which is outdated accounting and invoicing. So manual invoicing and accounting processes are prone to errors and delay. So these AI-driven financial management tools can automate these tasks, improve accuracy, and provide real-time insights. Not to mention, you could also follow up with the people who are behind on invoices, or even just send reminders about the invoices. So in this specific example, we have a type form. Basically, when somebody is filling out my client's form, basically it's just qualifying the customer, which is trying to get a specific drug, and this is then going to send a payment link to them and just generate an invoice bill to the specific customer who filled out this form. But they had to make sure that they were qualified through this form first. Anyways, they're sending them a Stripe link to just create payment. And once that payment is actually made, it will then send a Calendly link to book an appointment with the doctor, and then send all this stuff. So it's sending an email after, just confirming the appointment. It's storing all this information in their CRM that the meeting is booked, and then it will later check in on them 30 days later and just see how they're doing. Now let's go ahead and move on to inefficient marketing and sales. So small businesses do often struggle to create and distribute personalized marketing content at scale. So, and even just in general, just posting. But these AI-powered marketing automations can generate targeted campaigns and optimize customer outreach. So I recently created a video that basically just shows you how you can create 1,000+ TikToks or Instagram Reels with AI. So basically what we're doing here is we're automating the process of uploading a video and just some text to Canva, and then it's combining those two together and automatically posting it onto our social medias. And this is a huge trending thing right now, which is it'll show an aesthetic video and just have some simple text going over something valuable that the audience might want to hear, and it's just creating some engagement among the users. So I highly recommend that you go check out that video to see how you can actually do it and what it's actually about. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next section, which is the future of small business automation. So the first thing I want to point out is enhanced efficiency. So these AI automation solutions can take over repetitive, time-consuming tasks, like I mentioned, just freeing up employees to focus on more strategic, high-value work, which is where the scaling comes into place. Because if you're allowed to focus on your higher value work, you're focused on growth-focused activities to, just ultimately help you grow your business, and not focusing on, responding to mundane emails. Next up is improved customer experience. So you can engage with your customers, your leads, and prospects so easily nowadays, whether it's through chatbots or just automatically responding to emails. So you can put a chatbot on your website. You can put a chatbot onto your social media platforms like your Instagram. You can automatically respond to comments that are being made on your platforms. So let's say somebody is asking you about your services on Instagram. you can use a tool called ManyChat and basically just automatically respond to these clients, giving them the information they need. And you're just trying to achieve your goal, which, let's say hypothetically that your goal is to just book a meeting with them. So you can ultimately try to get them on the call. So the last thing that the chatbot will do is send a link to your calendar and to set up a call. Next, let's go ahead and talk about reduce costs and increase growth. So implementing these systems can reduce operating costs, minimize errors, and free up resources to focus on actual strategic initiatives that drive growth and innovation, as I also previously mentioned. So it's quite surprising how cheap some of these systems can be, as opposed to, bringing on new employees or just growing your headcount. So let's say an average system, an average content system costs around $1,000, $2,000, whereas hiring somebody, bringing on a paid intern or just somebody full time to actually focus on content, like it costs you anywhere from 30 to 60K a year, whereas this is just a fraction of that cost. So it's quite surprising how much you can actually save with these automation systems. But anyways, I think you get the point with that. And let's go ahead and move on to some use cases. And I want to show you some of these systems. So first one is client onboarding. So client onboarding is where you can automatically collect, store, and organize client information, just streamlining the onboarding process and reducing your errors. So in this specific example, we're going through an onboarding checklist. So we're automating the processes, we're assigning the parties or the champion in this case, and we're scheduling kickoff meetings automatically once all this information is stored and completed. Then we're handing out these meetings to the parties that are necessary to join, and then we're just collecting feedback overall. So what this can look like is maybe you're automatically sending emails or automatically creating a form and sending it to your client that's going to be onboarded, and then you're just collecting that information. You're automatically storing it into the necessary clouds, the necessary folders, whatever. And then along the way, you're also sending Slack messages or whatever platform you're using for communication. So in this case, let's say you're using Slack, and basically it's just notifying you through every step of the process. So let's say somebody completed the form, your client completed the form. It's then going to send you a Slack message and just say, hey, Nick completed the onboarding form and they're now moving on to the next step. So you can just notify yourself through every step of the way and basically automate your entire onboarding process, so you don't have to manually schedule those meetings, find time in your schedule, and do all that. This will do this automatically for you. So let's go ahead and move on to the next part, which is document management. So these intelligent automations just categorize routes and archives files, just making information easily accessible, and also reduces errors. So in the specific case of a law firm that I'm currently working with, is they're often receiving notices of court hearings, every single day. And what they have to do is basically, manually create a notice form, put that together. They have to mail it out. They have to manually put it in an email, all that. So just a strenuous, tedious process that shouldn't have to be done. So what I did here is basically this little form right here. I had this automatically created. So once they receive a notice of the court hearing, all the employee has to do is just put this information into a specific form. And then that's all the work that they'll have to do, besides, reviewing everything and making sure it's good to go, because it's super, super important that none of this information is wrong. So I just added a step for them to review it. But anyways, all that information that they submit, it's going to be inputted automatically through variables. So this is a variable right here. This is a variable. All this stuff right here is variables. So they're putting in the information like the court date. So as you can see here, where is it exactly? I believe this right here is supposed to be the date. But essentially, it's just inputting these variables. So he inserted into the form that his name was Nick Peruski. It's going right there. The email goes right there. And this email or this document is basically just being automatically populated. So after that step, it's then storing this document into a specific cloud. So what I did specifically was put this into their Google Drive. Then next, what I did was automatically create an email that is very personalized. So it mentions the recipient's name and everything, and gives some more information on the notice and the court date, and just some tailoring information with it. And basically what they have to do next is basically just review the email and send it off. So pretty simple stuff right there. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about lead outreach. So let's say you guys in your business want to start doing some outreach more. So what you can do is use AI automation systems. So specifically, this is Lemlist right here. And what is going on is I'm automatically sending an invitation to a whole list of leads. So I'm not doing this manually. AI is doing this for me. And what I'm doing next is I'm having it send or visit their profile a day later and then send a chat message. So basically, I'm just trying to maximize discussions, and I just wanted to, get more leads. So this is what I was using for myself. But essentially, this is crafting tailored messages for me, automating the follow-ups, and just freeing up time for higher value tasks, because it sends probably about 50 chats to my prospects every single day. So I'm constantly having this work. So it's just doing all this 24/7 for me. I'm automatically getting responses back about people who want to book meetings with me because I'm sending these messages automatically. So you can see where the value from this can be. So it doesn't stop there. The potential of AI automation in transforming business processes, it's limitless, just offering increased efficiency, productivity, and success. So there's so many different use cases I could come up with, but there's just so little time that I actually had to present all this information to you. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next part, which is the AI automation um, system benefits. So I just created a four simple process of some of these benefits and what they look like. First one being universal applicability. Every small business has repetitive tasks. That's inevitable, but they can also be automated regardless of industry. So whether you're a plumber or maybe you're in the finance industry, real estate industry, it doesn't matter. There's ways that you can use AI automation in every single industry. It doesn't neglect just one. Next up is time. So automation frees up valuable time for higher value activities and strategic planning, as I said probably 1,000 times before. Next is increased efficiency. So these systems basically just optimize your task management and boost overall productivity. Number four is scalability. So these automated processes allow for easier business growth and expansion, as you're not having to worry about bringing on new employees and spend more money than you have to, when you could just implement a system, an automation system that's automatically doing tasks for you, like posting content, responding to emails, you know responding and engaging to your customers, and just nurturing them. So it's really just allowing you to focus more on growing your business. But next up, let's go ahead and talk about implementing these AI automations. So we start by identifying the repetitive tasks in your business. As we mentioned before, just going through an AI audit. And if you don't know how to do that, feel free to book a one-on-one call with me, and we'll go through all of that with you and implement the systems for you. Anyways, if you list the time-consuming processes and gather the data from your existing tools, this is where you can, develop some of the systems that you actually need and prioritize what you need. So obviously the first step is task identification. So just creating a comprehensive list of your repetitive time-consuming tasks. Number two is the AI workflow creation. So use make.com, use Zapier, watch my tutorials if you don't know how to use it. I go through them in depth on how to create some use cases, some examples, some systems, whatever. So watch those tutorials, and that way you can allow yourself to actually create some workflows. Number three is system integration. So implement the AI system and integrate it with your existing business processes. So maybe you're using Stripe, or maybe you're using Google Docs, Gmail, Outlook. You can connect all these with one another and have them communicate. So whenever a new email comes in, maybe you want to create something in your CRM, maybe in your HubSpot, whatever. Whenever that new email is coming in, you could automatically put that information into your CRM like HubSpot. So just connecting all those applications together. Number four is optimization. So continuously refine and improve the AI automation for maximum efficiency. This one's obvious. You want your systems to be perfect. So if you want an expert like myself to come in and just take a look at them and actually help you expand on them, whatever, then link is down in the description to book a call. So that's essentially it for this guide on getting started with AI automation. And some of the next steps that I broke down is one, scheduling a free AI automation audit. So we'll review your business processes, identify the automation opportunities, and provide tailored AI tool recommendations. So you'll receive a step-by-step implementation plan and answers to any questions you have. Number two is watching the tutorials and follow for free content. So you could start with automating boring business tasks with ChatGPT and how to grow your business using AI and automation. And I just give you 10 ways to do so. So staying updated with my free YouTube content and Instagram or LinkedIn posts for just ongoing AI insights will definitely help you out. Next is joining my AI community. So in my Facebook community, you can connect with like-minded entrepreneurs in my free AI automation for small business owners group. And I'm also posting resources like this entire document and other stuff into this community that isn't going to be on my YouTube. But with that being said, I hope you found some real value in this video. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.